Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Buffalo Bills and the Minnesota Vikings. Greg Joseph now ready to get this one started, and we are underway from Minneapolis. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. A name Viking fans know well. It's the brother of Dalvin, James Cook. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. Here's Cook again. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a third and about 4. Search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Third down. Here's a run by Cook. And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first. Give him the third down conversion. 5 yards on the play.
On third down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
So from the 36 now, first and 10. Allen going to throw. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. And he's got room. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. James Cook, 64 yards. And the Bills put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Keneduagu now out of his end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. Cousins and the Vikings with a first and 10 at their own 15. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And incomplete on the deep ball.
But they certainly came out firing in this one, and while that one was incomplete, I can't imagine that'll be the last shot that they take in this game.
After the incomplete pass, here now is second and 10. Cousins to throw it. He'll dump this off to Cook. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. On first and 10, Cousins. He's going to let this go deep, back over the middle. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Kaiir Elam makes a pick, and the Bills are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. Well, we saw plenty of that during his much-heralded college career. He parlayed that into becoming a first-round selection, and now here he is making interceptions in the National Football League.
And this is a guy that has all the physical tools, but the thing that sets him apart is what he's got between his ears. And that's the sixth sense for knowing where the football is going. Just an excellent play there to create the turnover.
They start the drive with Cook. And he will lose lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They run it again with Cook. And yet again, he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Great job by this Vikings defense. They lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. To the air, Allen. And he completes it to the tight end, Knox. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Dawson Knox, 73 yards, as his guys are able to extend their lead. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call, but he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown. So decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began, thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first 2 drives. It looks like they have to give up the football again after this one.
Cousins to throw for it on 4th. Lets it fly for Thielen. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Up the middle, it's Cook. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Again, it's Cook. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. And they got half of what he needed there, 2 yards. And he'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he is going to lose yardage here. A 5-yard loss there is going to bring up 4th down.
We often talk about defensive end setting the edge, sometimes even the outside linebackers. But how about here? This is a quarterback essentially setting the edge and finishing off that play for a loss.
The kick by Bass is good. So the starting field position was terrific following the surprising turnover on downs, but the end result, only 3 points.
Simply stated, I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity.
Nwangu now from his end zone. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. To throw, Cousins. He's got him in, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. First down. Here's Cousins. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Throwing again, Cousins on 2nd and 10. And that is incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Play fake. Cousins. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. 16-0. That's the score after one on EA Sports. Now Cousins on 4th down. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. To throw is Cousins. And complete right side to Cook. Now the stop will come inside the 5 and the 4. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Cook is in. Touchdown, Minnesota. So it was a passing game that drove them down the field, but when they get close, they trust that man in the backfield, and he took him home.
And they trust their offensive line as well, because so many of these units, they specialize in either pass protection or run blocking. This group shows his versatility and gets both done on this drive.
Cousins will try and throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of two-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation, this time unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
Would have moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
56.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. The Bills on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Allen going to go on 4th down. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard You try and sprint the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw or maybe the ball's tipped or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. From the gun, here's Cousins. Right side, it's the tight end, Hockenson. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Throwing is Cousins. This is caught. Touchdown, Vikings. T.J. Hockenson, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Vikings have got it back to within a score. Joseph connects on the extra point, and the lead is down to a field goal. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
Yeah, it's still in the first half here, a long way to go. Allen's throw taken in by Diggs. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll send the tight end in motion. Allen looks to throw on 3rd and 1. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Cook. The 20. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. James Cook. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Here's Bass now for the extra point. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go.
Bills 23, Vikings 13. Tyler Bass to kick off for Buffalo.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Nwangu now from his end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. A little bit of flip the script. Quarter 1, they struggled. Quarter 2 here, they put things together. And I guess sometimes, Charles, you just come out and you have to get your feet underneath you in a ball game, right?
That's exactly right, because every now and then you don't come out of the gate as fast or as strong as you want to. Sometimes you have to ramp up into it or take a few hits along the way and figure it out. And that's what they've done so far. Slow start, but now they're starting to put it together.
1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Cousins. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And the Bills are going to take possession of the football.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
From the pistol, they run it with Cook. And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line. 15 yards that time, and a Buffalo first. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Cook up the gut. And he is going to lose yardage here. The Vikings going to signal for their first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Left side, Cook. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. James Cook on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. And oh, it's no good. For the second time now in this first half, he's missed an extra point. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
But Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Here's Cousins. Setting up the screen for Cook. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line.
Brought down back at the 31-yard line.
Now Cousins.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Quality coverage that time to slow down what's been the main source of offense against them thus far. Got to find a way to slow down that ball in the air.
Good route here.
4th down, Cousins. He's going to have his running back. It's complete.
Finding room at midfield. Down the right sideline. Dalvin Cook. Touchdown.
Dalvin Cook. He scored on the ground and through the air.
And the Vikings get a late score here the final minute of the first half. Devin O'Connell choosing to lead his guys out there, and they'll go for 2.
They'll try and throw for it. And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the second quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
A very limited time left to get into field goal range before the half, and they tried to get it all on one throw right there.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. So the shotgun snap to Allen. He's going to let it go again. And this is taken in at the 5. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. To throw, it's Allen. Steps away. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. Tyler Bass out for the Bills field goal. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. The kick by Bass is good, and the Bills will add on to their lead. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play. Nwangu now from his end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
And the defense loses him. It's complete. And he'll be forced out of bounds all the way down inside the 20. A big play there. Cousins to Thielen. And even 70 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Cousins gives way to Cook. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook scampering home from 19 yards out. And the Vikings are back within a score.
Joseph connects on the extra point,
and the lead will shrink to 6.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown.
Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. But I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try to make sure that momentum stays in your camp.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. And that is incomplete.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
So they're going for it, and here's Allen.
Oh, tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Chandon Sullivan.
And the Vikings are going to
intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
And they'll wind up getting this with all the way down inside the 20. Cousins on first down. Dalvin Cook now catches on back-to-back plays. Touchdown, Vikings! Dalvin Cook, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Vikings strike quickly here to tie up the ball game. Joseph connects on the extra point, and that will put them on top here in the third. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of it.
He's got a man, complete. Touchdown, Bills. Stephon Diggs, 75 yards. And the Bills have answered back with a third-quarter touchdown of their own to retake the lead. Allen will try to throw for it. And that is caught for the 2 points. So they go with a pass there on the 2-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their 2-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is, and I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. From one end zone to the other, 101 yards. And the Vikings are an extra point away from drawing level. Joseph connects on the extra point, and that will tie our game here in the third. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away.
The Bills take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
They'll try the middle with Cook. No gain on the play there. Nice job defensively. And likely forces a punt situation on fourth.
His carries tonight, they're getting up there. So maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
And they'll send the tight end in motion left. Allen will look to throw for it on fourth. Buying time to his left. That's to his running back, complete. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. First down, here's Cousins. Flush to his right. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. Third quarter, all tied up. This is 2nd and 10. Cousins now. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted.
And the Bills will take over possession here up at the 44. A few things better than a big man interception. You can always tell right when they get the football, there's that level of excitement and nervousness, and also like, what the heck do I do with this thing?
And you say, no better sight? Well, not for the quarterback who just threw it. It's bad enough to throw a pick, but to throw one to the big guy? But you're right about that. Now what do I do with it? But what's fun about it is, you know they're going to be in the film room after this ball game, telling all their teammates, maybe I should shift over to offense. I've got skills. What do you think?
Oh, absolutely. I always find myself cheering for them after they intercepted. Unfortunately here, he couldn't make it into the end zone. Let's see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. Here's Allen to throw it. And that is intercepted. Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a fourth down. Well done.
Going for it on fourth down. Allen. He's going to let this one go deep. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. A surprising move to go for it predictably, at least somewhat predictably. It doesn't pay off, and that will force a turnover on downs. And he's got some. There he goes, left side. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Joseph on for the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now.
Makes the score Vikings 47, Bills 40.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on fourth down, didn't get it. Then they get to the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it, sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try to pick themselves back up.
And that's going to do it. Clock hits zeros. They're not going to get another playoff. Time has run out on this third quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. To the air, Allen. Going deep for Diggs. And this is caught. A big play here for Buffalo. 66 yards. So there is the big arm of Josh Allen on display. He can throw it as deep as anybody, and that was an absolute laser. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. But first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Buffalo. James Cook taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Bills are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is as we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. Nwangu now from his end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The
Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Well, they no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the fourth quarter, and a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Cousins to throw it. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. He's got a man complete. And he'll be hauled down at the 4-yard line. The defensive staff helps on limiting explosive plays. Jack, not so well done.
Yeah, we talk about it all the time. Harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Getting the ball is Cook running left. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage.
A 2-yard loss brings up 3rd down and 12.
On 3rd down, Cousins. And that will be incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
A 50-yard attempt.
Joseph's got it, and they have taken the lead here in the fourth quarter. So he ran on the sideline for his first chance in the ballgame that didn't come until the fourth quarter, but he connects there. A big one to give him the lead.
Boy, you talk about coming in cold. I don't care how many times you kick it into a net. You're not really ready when you go out there and all that beef is coming at you trying to block the kick. Big spot, and he delivers.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this fourth quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ballgame. Just a yard of comes to Cook. And able to use his stiff arm for a little bit of leverage before he's taken down. Again, this is Cook. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. 60 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. And now they'll throw with Allen. And take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. Throwing is Allen. On the move to his left. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing the throw. Now they got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down. And don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
2 yards, good enough for a first. Now a timeout called for by the offense as he'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Now Allen rolling to his left, and he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. There's a Darius Smith there getting in and bringing him to the ground. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. And the tight end goes in motion left. Allen. The throw on target to his receiver, McKenzie. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. And
They'll send the tight end in motion here. Here's Allen. That's caught by Gabriel Davis. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 23. Allen out to his left. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down. Allen to throw. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
It's been a nice day for him as a passer and as a runner. One of the few mistakes he's made in this ballgame. The wrong choice on that one. That one goes incomplete.
And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. Bit of a pressure spot here for Tyler Bass. This to potentially send us to overtime. And now the timeout call. So 5 seconds left, and a field goal would send us to overtime. An incomplete pass on second down leads us to 3rd and inches. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And he's got it. It's caught for a touchdown. And they have taken the lead here in the final seconds. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Bass on for the extra point. These have been no picnic for him so far. He's missed 2, but this one is good. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Fields the squib kick right around the 30. Close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort, that was good. Very good, in fact. They were just a little too far out to get a decent look at the end zone for that last opportunity. Couldn't get it done, but a nice game overall.